welcome to the con. Can you hear us well? Oh, I YouTuber bugged for a bit. Haha. Welcome, welcome.
I-
Oh, it's bugging a
Please
lot.
let us know. Please let us know in the chat if you can hear us.
Yes, let us know if you can hear us. That would be great.
Okay, we're a little quiet.
A little quiet. We can fix that. We can fix that. I hope. Let's see. Okay, how is this? Is this better? You can hear? Fantastic. Hopefully my model won't bug more than it already has. We're also just making sure that everyone is getting settled in and any ads gets run because ads are stupid. Um, Also, we have currently disabled channel points, most of them just so that I don't get drowned again in water during the panel. You know how it is. OGs know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys also for all of the follows so far. I will go through some of them more a bit later. But I think everyone here is very much excited on trying to, or listening to us talk about Kagerou Project. I think now it's 2 past, so if everyone has gotten ads out of the way, we should be able to start. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so welcome, welcome. This is KageFandom, a retrospective look by Ninth Feather and the Fab Hawk. I am the Fab Hawk, and this is my co-panelist.
Hello.
I think you got a little bit cut out there.
Aw.
But
Well, hi.
Hi. So, just a couple of disclaimers before we start. For this that I think we should go through. As this is a panel that talks about fandom stuff, there are certain things we're not going to go through, mostly because there are other panels talking about these things, such as Reanimate Project, Kagesign, Scene, Fandoms, and all of that good stuff. We are going to focus primarily on English-speaking fandom stuff, though we do touch on other aspects such as the Japanese fandom and Spanish and so on. The panel will discuss canon-typical content and also ships that you may object to as part of discussing the fandom's history. That is just, we're talking about fandom. We are probably going to mention ships. Yeah. If you feel we are missing something, feel free to talk to us about that later. We're going to probably have a Q&A at the end, where you can talk about what we missed, what you disagreed with, and all of that good stuff. Any lag between us two, me and Ninth, is going to be probably due to time zone differences. We do not live in the same country, not even the same continent.
Nope.
Yes. Ninth will probably look a little bit more at the chat than me because I am the one that is currently controlling the slides. Without further ado, let us start.
So, to discuss the Kagerou Project fandom, I feel like we first have to start with the foundational work of it, which is Wananpyu's Kagerou Days video. This was the first really big fan project that got popular in Japan and then later worldwide, uploaded on December 17th, 2011. And the turnaround from Wananpyu making this as a fan work to working officially with Jin was incredibly fast. At Imagination Forest with Wananpyu's official PV was only uploaded in February 2012. Just not that much of a turnaround.
And is anyone other than Whittledraws getting ads at the moment? Because that would be sucky that we get it further when we just started it. Really?
Okay, everyone.
Just where we started
Everyone.
it.
Wow. Twitch, I hate you.
Really?
Do you get banned from Twitch for saying that?
No. Okay, so some of you guys are getting ads, some of you are not. Co-host is being very quiet. We will fix that.
Yeah. Co-host is doing her best.
Yes, you are high, but I'm afraid to get you to peaking. But you should be as high as I can currently get you. Try to speak clearly into your microphone, and hopefully that can be fine. We are back! Oh, someone is getting
Yay!
an ad. Wow! Twitch,
Okay,
why?
Maury X, my condolences on the fucking 4 ads. Excuse my language, but geez Louise.
Yeah, we have a pre-roll ad, just that I couldn't really figure out how to turn off. I try to not have too many ads, so all of these are automated ads. My apologies, I cannot turn them off. Back
Okay,
from
so it seems
ads! Great,
yeah,
you
it
can
seems
continue.
like most of you are back from the ad, so we're going to continue. Anyhow, the fan-made Kagerou Days video by Wanyampa is a big source of canon misunderstandings for some people, but it's also a foundational work in the fandom. People who are otherwise not into Kagerou Project will recognize this image pretty much immediately. So, with that, we're going to go on to another really big part of Kagerou Project fandom, and that is covers.
Yes, covers. Oh my god. There we go. Covers! Covers is such a big part of this fandom, considering it started as a music project. Obviously, we get a lot of people talking about these or making covers of the existing songs. We have a lot of a lot of covers in a lot of different languages, and it's just great to see how much variety we get in this. Gotta, of course, mention some of the ones we found. We have mostly been looking on YouTube. Of course, there are other video sharing sites such as Bilibili and Nico Nico that I have not as much access to. But some of these are, of course, Jubiphonic, Will Stetson, Rachi, Kura Ino, and Breadbox, who has done English covers. Amazing work, and some of these we will come back to again as well. Japanese cover artists. Here are 4 that we found, which is Simaji, Soraro, Yumiko, and Shiroyuki. Simaji is also a producer and makes their own songs as well. Also good to note that these are people that make covers in these languages. They're not necessarily like primary speakers of the language. We also have other languages as well. We have found Spanish, Russian, Indonesian, and French. So in Spanish, we have Trigger. Russian, there is a team called Harmony Team. Indonesian, Rachi has done Indonesian covers. And just today, we have Shiroyuki doing a French cover, which is
Trigger apparently
amazing.
uploaded today too.
Yes,
DL
for
DazeCon is
2 hours
jumping.
ago, 3 hours ago,
Yeah. Yep.
something like that. In chat, we also have Kiandora saying Amatsuki's Altered Science cover is what got me into the series. Amazing. I think a lot of people got into this from covers.
Yep.
So we can move on to sort of related YouTubers and content creators. Which I mean, the cover artists are YouTube content creators. These are slightly different ones as well. These are both reviewers and video essayists. A lot of people got into Kagerou Project through Mecha City Actors. A lot of people did reactions to that series back when it came out. A lot of people did reviews and reactions to the music videos, which introduced it to a lot of other people. And a lot of people got into it like through one of them and then went into the other and so on. Video essays, we found a couple. Breadbox, again, done a bunch of stuff. Garrett Crespo has done at least some reactions and then at least one video essay, as far as I could see. Which is great. I think it's good to see a lot of different kind of content that we can find. So, amazing to have like different kind of things we can, how we interact with the content. Speaking of that, we're going to move on to the next theme, which is comics.
So when we look at the Kagerou Project fandom in comics, it's really kind of shaped by where people are putting their comics for other people to see. when you look at the Japanese fandom, and to a certain
Hello,
extent the fandoms in some other
it's
East Asian
me.
countries, you get more comics that are designed to be bound and sold at small-scale doujinshi events. But when you look at the international fandom, you get more stuff that was originally designed for web posting. That said, you get a lot of very similar content. We've got, you know, Gag Comics. We have a Pokemon crossover from Pixiv down here. Uh, got some stuff that's, more shippy, like the Seto Mary art that we've got up there, which is the cover of a doujin. And we have events like I am going to try to say this, but goodness gracious, it's a long title. The Mekakaishidan Activity Journal Recorder fan event, which released a comic anthology and was also a physical Kagerou Project centered event that took place in Tokyo and Kyoto for at least 10 years, though they appear to have ceased operation in 2018. You can go back and find a lot of stuff. There was a lot of diverse Kagerou Project content coming out of that event. Now we going on to the next slide of comics, it's more examples of international stuff. You see the comic on the far left kind of reminded me of that time immediately after the release of Mikakushi City Actors, when everybody was making jokes about Konoha spraying himself in the face with face paint.
Yeah.
You get a lot of things that are formatted for the web, shorter stuff that's based around family, stuff that's based around shipping, even like longer fan comics like the one UK Yikes has going on Tumblr. A lot of things as spread over sites like Twitter and DeviantArt, and even some stuff on Instagram. Now we're going to move on to talking about a related thing, which is Ask blogs.
Yay! So people, at least people as aware or have been a lot on Tumblr, is probably aware of this thing called Ask blogs. Ask blogs are blogs that are sort of run by the characters or group of characters, and you send in questions and the blog answers or draws an answer. It's a very fun way of interacting with other people within the fandom in a very roleplay way. These are just a couple of the ones we found. And they do everything from like just drawing an answer, having the group, sometimes doing alternative kind of imagining, such as like the future UK quartet. We have one of them where everyone are dogs, which is great. Ask Kisaragi Momo-chan blog is Spanish, so it's good to know that it's more than just English that is doing this. Honorary mention to Incorrect Kagerou Pro. It's not an Ask blog, however, it takes quotes and then attributes it to different characters. So that's always fun. It's sort of very similar to fake chat blogs and that kind of thing. So it's a very fun way to see how different fans can interact with each other to make content. Moving on, we are going to talk about fanvits.
So first of all, the images I chose for this are kind of not reflective of the fandom as a whole. They're more things that you could actually tell are from fanvids because they've altered the images in some way. The editing styles of, Kagerou Project fanvids slash now they get called edits more, AMVs, MADs, whatever you want to call them, has changed over time according to trends within the larger fandom space of editing, as well as the images that were available, the video that was available, and people's taste in music. A trivia note is that if you search Monster Kage Pro on YouTube, you get a bunch of Kuroha themed or Snake of Clearing Eyes themed AMVs of completely different songs, all sharing the title Monster, mostly the Paramore one, also Skillet, Yuyusuke Kira, even Megan Diaz. So the examples here, we have some that are mostly made off of, the original song MVs, some that have footage from Macaca City Actors, and some that are mostly edited from manga with people, adding in-betweens and stuff to make it move smoothly. Going on, we also have a lot of fan vids that are actually using Kagerou Project as a base to make stuff for other fandoms. Days was actually a big editing trend in Japan and then moved into the international fandom. There's so many Days-based videos. The ones we have pictures here are from Great Grand Order and World Trigger, but I've seen them for a bunch of different popular movies and video games. and anime. There's also been fandom-specific versions of like the different MVs. The one up here that we have is a version of, uh, dang it, Lost Time Memory that is using Omniscient Reader's viewpoint. We've also seen some that have been based on Ayano's Theory of Happiness. I actually saw some that just got posted today.
Hello,
One for Link Click, which I would love to watch,
it's
except I haven't brought
me.
myself to watch that song yet. Moving on. Fan animations of the actual MVs. We have Mihaya's version of Mikakashiri Chord, which was made in 2013. And for a lot of people, that's their first introduction to the song. It's not technically the official video, but it got moved along with a lot of the reprints and subtitles. So most people know it even a little bit better than the actual commissioned art that Jin used on the original MV on Nico Nico. We also have Okami-san 01's version of Shinigami Record, which also gets passed around a lot with subtitled reprints of the song. I don't actually know how old this one is. It was deleted at some point and reposted in 2020. Moving on to fan animations. We get a lot of different styles depending on people, a lot of different qualities, and a lot of different audio sources. I think, especially in the early days of the fandom, it was really popular to use, Japanese songs and also really popular English songs. But you did also get people doing stuff like crack with, funny songs or audio from Vines. And you get pixel style animation as well, like the one that we have up here. A lot of the videos also were like direct redraws of popular Vocaloid songs and anime openings. So there's been a lot of diversity there. Last up, we have short form videos, which is an area I know the least about because I deleted TikTok from my phone to make room for a gacha game. The gacha game does not even fit on my phone anymore. Anyhow, we have people doing TikTok memes like the ice cream meme, a lot of different songs that got popular on TikTok, all sorts of animation edits. One of the things I do appreciate about the short form videos is because of how trends work on TikTok, you get a lot more songs and audios that aren't in neither English or Japanese, which I think is really good for the fandom ecosystem. Now we're going to talk about fanfic.
Yay, fanfiction! Fun fact, me and Ninth met each other through Kagerou Project fanfiction. So, um, despite like I am someone that is usually within fandoms that has a lot of fanfic, Kagerou Project has surprisingly little. Like considering how much other fan-created work this fandom has. So from what I could find, there was about only 2.2k effects on fanfiction.net, and even less on AO3 with 1,439 as of the end of July. There might be more now since it's the August 15th, of course. 584 on Wattpad. I'm sorry, I have never used Wattpad. I don't know how to search for things there. There might be more. I don't know. I'm sorry. What is very interesting, though, is the type of fan fiction you usually find. There's not a lot of really long fics. It took a while to find anything above 100,000 words, which is saying something, really. They tend to be towards the shorter form, a lot of introspection, a lot of both angst and fluff, and a lot of post-canon. Seems to be what people are enjoying, as well as a certain amount of crossovers that I've seen, which is really, really interesting to see what is there, and hopefully we will slowly grow this into a bigger fandom on AO3. That I think that would be very great.
Also, Cove of Marin, you have a point. There are fics on Pixiv as well, but it's a little
Yes.
harder for us to sort them. Both of us speak some Japanese, but neither of us are fluent.
Also, my reading Japanese is really hard for me. I am not very good at that, so it would be hard to check. Of course, you can use translation programs and such, but still. Speaking of Pixiv, though, we're going to talk about fan art.
Yep.
Yes, so the bottom right one here is probably one of the first fan arts that we could find of anything that is Kagerou Project. This one is from 2011 on Pixiv. As like you guys are, everyone here probably knows, there's a lot of fan art for Kagerou Project a lot. We love it. It's amazing. And it has been that way since the beginning, as we can see. These other two pieces, they are from 2015. So you can see a lot of different kind of complexities in like what kind of art is done, if it's just a single character, if it's group shots, and a lot of that, which is really nice to see. We also have from a lot of different kind of sites, such as Pixiv, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Twitter, and so on. Here's a couple of examples of newer art, also from Twitter and on Tumblr. These are from 2023 and 2025. Amazing work, you guys. We just want to share the fandom's art, and just everyone on Discord, please go check out the Artist Alleys. The Artist Alley is amazing. Go check out the art. But what I want to really, really, really highlight is what happens once a year on the day of today. It's the yearly explosion of fan content. So, this is something that I really wanted to focus on a little bit because Kagerou Project is a fandom which I see some art coming throughout the year, but nothing beats August 15th art and just fan creation of Kagerou Project. There are other fandoms that do similar things. Full Metal Alchemist on October 3rd is one example. But my feed is never doing the thing for other fandoms as it does for Kagerou Project on August 15th. And I think we all should appreciate that, how much we are as a fandom just showing up in solidarity on this day. So, moving on, we're going to talk about translations.
So obviously, fan translations have been a big part of the fandom, especially since back when Kagerou Project first debuted. There was not a lot of emphasis in the in the Japanese Vocaloid scene of making their work accessible to anybody that didn't speak Japanese. So we get, English translators, VG Person and Sunny Subs, who really did a lot of Vocaloid stuff overall. Also people like Raspom, Sounds Like Matsuda, and Ame Subs. And Breadbox, who was mentioned earlier on, who focus more specifically on Kage Pro and other specific song projects. Blah. Sorry for the stumbling. We also get people who work in Spanish, like Dark Kurdo, Callie, also known as Nameless Sense, and RP Mizu, and people who do translations into other languages like Subnanyan and Bell 4210. The scene of fans translation has changed a lot over the course of time. Back in 2011, it was a lot easier for somebody who didn't really speak very good Japanese to pull themselves off as a competent translator. Nowadays, most people know how to evaluate stuff. And a lot of the translators that are working in the fandom are people who've been doing it for a while and have, some amount of reputation. Also would like to note that, some people are, in terms of translation, we're working directly off of the Japanese translation, and some people were working off of translations in other languages. If somebody spoke, for example, Spanish and English, they might translate the English translation of the song into Spanish, so on and so forth. That's really common in, comics translation as well, where a lot of, questionable versions of comics are translated directly from Chinese rather than from Japanese.
Kovov
So moving
Marin
on.
also makes a good point of highlighting folks who translated side content.
Yeah, we're actually going to get to that.
Yes.
So first, we're going to talk a little bit about fan sub channels, which are something that aren't as prominent now, but were really important in early Kagerou Project fandom. These are people that didn't necessarily do any of the translation themselves, but added the translations to videos. If anybody has ever tried to subtitle a video, the timing part and the font and making sure it's readable, it's actually a lot of work. That said, some of the early people, not the ones on the slide necessarily, but others, were not always great about crediting the translators or even the original producers. So while we miss the fan sub channels, we also acknowledge that the fan sub channels did not always constitute the best way to get a hold of music. People we highlighting here are This Endless Forest, Kogami, Michizane, as well as other lyric sources, the Kagerou Project Wiki, AnimeLyrics.com, Lyrical Nonsense, which is one of my favorites. And if you're in Spanish-speaking fandom, Letras is also a really good place to get this stuff. Okay, and now we're talking about side content and people like Pira Lisa, who's actually on this slide. The
Yay.
picture is of the official Kagerou Days anthology comic, Upper, which is one of like, I think 6 or 8 fan comic anthologies that were produced in Japan, and none of them were ever translated officially to any other language than Japanese. So all of the work that has been done with them has been done by fan translators. We also had a lot of delays in the official translation of stuff that was at least translated into English. First, light novel and manga volumes were released in Japanese in 2012, but the official translations into English were released 3 years later in 2015. Manga eventually caught up with the original release, but the novels were up to a year behind the official release in Japan up until the last one. As for the Spanish translation or the translation to any other language, what translation? There's never been an official translation of any of this material into those languages. So this is why we love fan translators, even, if there's some people that are kind of dubious about the legalities of such things. So the people we're highlighting English: Pure Lisa, Tatamaya, Kagepro Untranslated, Reina/Miss Simplicity, Fuyuyu Deno translations. Some examples of Spanish translators are Miami Mihe, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Noriko Izumi, who worked off Blogspot, Winnie the Pooh worked off WordPress, and most impressive, Kagerou Days Traduction, who were working off of Facebook back in the day. We also have in other languages the Sonata no Koet EL group, which works in Vietnamese and does a lot of things other than Kagerou Project, and Shota Pro, who primarily focuses on Kagerou Project and works in Russian. Next up, we have cosplay.
Woo.
So the cosplay scene's changed a lot over the years as well. One of the things that I think people really appreciate about Kagerou Project is that it's as a cosplay medium, it's something that you can really put a lot of work into, but you can also do fairly nice closet cosplays without a lot of effort. So a lot of these pictures are from earlier on in the fandom. The group picture and the picture of the Kuroha cosplayer are from 2014. The other two are from 2015. And on this next slide, we have stuff that's a little more recent. You get more stuff from like TikTok, people who are posting on Twitter and Instagram, stuff like that. The fandom has also gotten a lot more into things like dance performances at cons and for TikTok. So that's been a change. It's also a lot easier to get materials like Ava foam and special effects contact lenses as of right now. As an older member of the fandom, I have to remind you all that you do not buy the discount circle lenses. They will give you eye damage. It's not worth it. I swear. I promise. And next up, we have some stuff about cosplay groups. This is just the stuff I was able to find searching on the internet with my limited base of not speaking most of the languages in the world. We have groups like Yomi Gaere, who post on YouTube and perform at the most recent Midori in Indonesia. Yeah, that's located in Jakarta. We have the Kagerou Project cosplayers and fans of New England who were active up to around 2015. There have been Anime Expo meetups in 2014 and 2044, or 2024. 2044 hasn't happened yet. I'm sorry, guys. And other Indonesian cosplay groups that have been more active later on. It's just been a very big fandom for doing cosplay groups, but also the ways in which they connect have been moved from Facebook to places like Instagram and Twitter. So finding cosplay groups in this day and age is a lot harder than it perhaps used to be. Now we're going to move on to some big milestones that have happened in the fandom.
Yes. So we're gonna just mention a couple of notable events, including the time loop poll on Twitter, which is what gave us this year's DazeCon. which for people that don't know, there was a poll about the best time looper, and our girl Ayano, she won. So we got thanks Donnie for another DazeCon. Thank you. Woo! Next up, we are just going to do a mention of the 10th anniversary merch, because look, they all look amazing in their suits. I would love to get some 10th anniversary merch. Do I have it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Last but not least, we gotta mention this atrocity, which is the CGI of Ayana's Theory of Happiness from Mikoku City Actors episode 9, because what was this? Seriously, what was this? That's not Ayano. This is just what? No, this is not canon in our hearts. So, burn it, I guess. Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
just
It never happened.
if you were in the fandom in 2014, man, this was all people were talking about
Oh yeah.
for weeks. For weeks.
It was something. I'm so happy they replaced it in the DVD and Blu-ray. Like, really, like, we know Studio Shaft is bad with timelines and like getting things done before they release the episode for TV, but like, holy what? Okay, so that reaches the end of our panel. So we want to open up now for Q&A with you guys, because we only really used half an hour for this panel, and there's probably a lot of stuff we missed. A lot of stuff you guys probably have thoughts about now that we are done. Maybe we were wrong about a couple of things. Please call us out.
And also, if any of you were speakers of languages that we just didn't get to mention as much in here, love to hear from you about things that the fandom has been doing in corners that we haven't really seen.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if there are smaller versions of fandoms in other languages, please tell us. Would love to know more about that. Or just like things in the languages we did talk about that we missed. Still better than last year's Uzumaki adoption. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I do remember the blindfold complete trend on Tumblr. That was very cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Is there an
Yeah,
official
no,
Spanish manga translation? Potato?
I didn't know that. That's cool. And yeah, so the event in Indonesia with online videos is the Yomigaere one that I had a picture of, actually.
Ooh.
The Project Sekai songs, yeah. I I don't do Project Sekai because if I get one more mobile gacha game, I'm going to explode.
You
But
have
there
so many
were
already.
covers, and they were very gorgeous. They were wonderful covers. Okay, so the Spanish publisher Ivrea translated the manga. That is really, really cool to know. I didn't know that.
Ooh. Oh, that's fun. That's fun to know.
Okay, the time loop poll. Hawk, you know a lot about the time loop poll. Do you want to tell them about the time loop poll?
I probably know less than you do, but yeah, there was a poll on Twitter about just best time looper, I think. I don't think it was
Mhm.
specifically female loopers. And basically we rallied all of the Kagerou Project fandom to vote for Ayano. It had to even at some point, I think, be a revote because people were botting each side.
Yeah.
And as a prize for winning, Donnie decided to host another year of DazeCon. It was originally not going to be hosted this year.
Yeah, and yeah, it was really a similar vibe to Tumblr Sexy Man polls.
Oh yes, very similar in vibe.
And yeah, I'm actually getting the ad too because I'm watching the chat.
Oh my
It's for
gosh.
Tarago.
No.
Yeah. Anyhow, we can.
Oh wait, there's a Kagerou Pro fandom on Google Plus.
Yeah. I
I did
didn't.
not. What, really? Wow.
Okay, I'll tell you when the ad on my side is done so that we can estimate.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer chat, but like through Streamlabs. chat in Streamlabs and it thinks I'm not me, so it's like, please log in. Dude, I'm the one hosting the stream. Guys, really.
Yeah, I'm on ad number 3.
Yeah, wow. Rexer says, people use Google Plus, question mark? Well, I don't think they use it anymore. Yeah, it died. Do you think we will ever get official news about Kagepro? We got some new art today, right?
Yes.
Yes, we got
Yes,
new
we
art.
did. That
Some
said, the
Mary
reason
art.
why we haven't gotten a lot of new Kagerou stuff is because there's some rights issues.
Oh,
So
really?
apparently one of the companies that was involved in the rights issues closed down earlier this year, and some people got optimistic about it. But long story short, Jin no longer has the right to make every single Kagepro thing he wants just whenever, because he gave up some of the rights in the process of licensing. So this is
Oh.
why we're not getting as much new Kagepro stuff as Jin would probably like to make it for us.
Ah, that sucks. I mean, though Jin has been doing other works than just Kagepro things over the last couple of years. I think he did some stuff for an anime that came out like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yes.
um, and such. So we probably not gonna like, get a whole lot. The movie was in development hell for a while, you know.
Yes.
Finally back from ad, yay!
Yeah, and Kovamarin, you're right. There's a lot of crossovers. Uh,
Yes.
I have been responsible for some of these crossovers.
Considering we
Uh,
started talking over Sherlock Holmes, BBC Sherlock Holmes, and Kagerou Project crossover that you wrote.
the
Yes, I'm
dark
calling you
times.
out.
Like I'm so glad that we met through that, but sometimes I do regret writing it. um, I'm not sure that we, as the general public, know exactly who has all those rights.
I don't know how licensing things works in Japan either, so I
Yeah,
don't know how easy it would be to figure that out. Oh, if Jin was the guitarist on one of the Niseko openings, that would have been amazing.
yeah. So Reddit, this is Reddit, so we can't trust it entirely. But they say that the rights problem is partially with First Place, which First Place is one of the people that he was publishing music through.
Ah, publishing companies. They
Yeah.
do like to have their pies in or their fingers in every pie, so
Hmm.
you know how that is.
Yeah, no, I too would die if we got Kage Pro Nendroids.
Oh yes. Yes. Like I love fan created merch. Like it's amazing, but I would also love more official merch as well. Like both. More of both, please.
Yeah. Also, somebody further up asked about our favorite part of the fandom over the years, and actually, the
Hmm.
crossovers have been a really big highlight for me.
Yes.
At one point, somebody was writing a Magnus Archives Kagerou Project crossover, and
Oh
I
my
about
gosh.
ascended to another level of existence.
Oh my gosh, I need that.
I think I
Yeah.
sent it to you. I'll send it to you
Yep.
again later.
Probably. Yeah, no, crossovers, fanfics. I try to do art for Kagerou Project. Art is always good. I mean, covers always like there's just a lot of things that's really good within the fandom and fan created content for this fandom. We are very lucky. We eat a lot of good fan created content in this fandom.
And yeah, Water Guardian 97, that is what we were saying. Basically, during the time loop poll, Donnie was like, hey, if Ayano wins, I'll do another year of DazeCon, even though I wasn't gonna.
Yeah,
And then Ayano won.
yeah, yeah.
Very
It's
nice,
great.
Irielion.
Yeah. See, did we miss any questions further up? I think.
No, I think we got most of the questions so far, but feel free to fire any others off.
Yes.
That said, if part of the nice thing about making sure that our panel didn't run the whole hour is that if you guys are planning to go to the panel at 2 o'clock, now is your time to take a break, grab
Yeah.
food. Haven't had lunch yet. Oh, what are our favorite
Ooh,
ships?
favorite ships. I mean, Takana and Haruka is cute. Honestly, guilty pleasure is Shintaro and Konoha. I just find them so cute together. So that's my guilty ship.
Yeah, for me, it's UK, the two UK quartet ships really are my
Yes.
favorite. I love Shania. I do not necessarily, think that Shania is functional, but that's kind of part of the fun. Uh,
They
and
asked
I
about
love
favorite ships, not whether or not the ships were functional. That's two entirely different freaking questions.
fair enough, fair enough.
Like
Uh,
I am very much a person that is like ship and not ship. Like you can enjoy a ship and other people can enjoy a different ship and we can both be friends.
mm-hmm.
No. Ayana supremacy, nice. Yeah, no, there's so many like different kind of shipping you can do within this fandom and a lot of cute art stems from it.
Yeah, no, also Irielion, UK quartet Polly is real.
Yes.
Um, what was our favorite appearance of the Snake of Clearing Eyes? Was your favorite to see or read? I'm sorry, Outer Science every
Outer
time. That
Science is
song
so
slaps.
unhinged. You need unhinged clearing eyes. Like even like both the music video but also any kind of version of Outer Science. Like the light novel, manga, everything.
hmm And yeah, for the medium for the franchise, I am a music video girl.
Yeah, music video. It's what introduced me. Well, actually, I think the anime. I don't remember if the anime really got me into it or if I was into it beforehand. But I think the music videos is what I enjoy the most.
Least favorite aspect of Kagerou fandom. Can we stop making jokes about Momo's chest, please? Please release me from perdition. Oh my god.
I guess the ambiguousness of certain things. I mean, it comes with the territory of it being a music video series. You're going to have ambiguousness, but it also was all of them came out in different, like, not in the correct order. So there's been so much speculation, which is fun, but that's at a certain point, I'm just like, but what is canon?
Yeah. And I don't know if there are people still making jokes about Momo, but they were back when I first got into the fandom, and I have suffered enough. Um,
Oh, which is of the songs are my favorite. Outer Science is definitely a highlight. Um, I really like that one. I mean, it's a favorite for a lot. Headphone Actors is very good.
really into UK Yesterday
Oh,
and Lost
yes.
Time Memory. Also, Additional Memory, despite not being much later released than the rest of those, really did hit me like a truck when it came out.
Oh yeah, no, the animation of
Pun
that is
intended.
like amazing. Truck-kun.
And yeah, no, also was somebody who got into Kagerou Project in part through Jubyphonics. So like I relate.
Phonic is amazing and is definitely responsible for so many fans. So everyone later in like an hour go to her panel because it's going to be glorious.
Yeah. And Usaku Minuki, Mikashishi Reload song you'd like to see a MV for. Um, give me a second because I'm mixing up titles in English and Spanish, but or in English and Japanese and apparently Spanish. I'm really not feeling
Yobanashi
good. I know
Detective is
which
definitely your
song, but I
favorite.
don't
I'm
know what it's
sorry.
called.
Ninth. Yobanashi Detective.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's yours. Sorry. I just know you.
Yes, but it's the one from the third album that you'd like to see a song for, an MV for that doesn't
Oh,
have one
what's
yet.
which songs are in the third album? I forget.
Yeah.
But they're definitely songs. I am not as familiar with all of the songs that doesn't have a video, which is
Um,
sad.
for me, it would be Remind Blue or Imaginary Reload, I think.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I
Um,
have one.
possibly also My Funny Weekend. Would love to see a My Funny Weekend.
Yes. Yeah, we don't know if anything more is going to come out, Water Guardian. Hopefully, but again, it's licensing issues and stuff like that, at least.
Yeah, Jin a
Yeah.
couple of years ago said he had plans to make more novels, but I don't know. I know there was a novel announced. I don't know if it published. I definitely know it hasn't been translated into English.
Yeah. Ooh, getting into the fandom through Undertale fan animation. That is great. Yeah, as we said, like a lot of animation used Kagerou Project songs to make for their own fandoms.
And yeah, no. Also, yeah, Cova Marin mentioned making what is probably the very first UST file for Imaginary Read Mode, and that's something we didn't get as much into because I don't have knowledge there, but people who make USTs are also like saving all of us all the time forever.
Yes.
VSQs also. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot less fan content for the Mikaka City Reload uh thing just because of how the anime affected the activeness of the fandom, and because that was when the rights issues were really getting into it, so we weren't getting as much content. A lot of people were confused about, like, for a while we thought there was going to be a second anime, and then that never happened,
Yeah.
etc., etc.
Also, Aerially Elon,
Mhm.
talking about things being released out of order, not knowing the trio was siblings. Like there were a lot of information we didn't necessarily know, and also like we didn't know they were siblings if people were shipping them. Like it happens. It's not the first time that
Yeah,
happens.
happily ever after. I think I saw that Kagero Days Eve animation, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes, it was a Sir Hamnet English cover using the Eve animation. I also love Sir Hamnet.
there's so many good creators that we did not get to talk about here, and
Yeah,
we really just
everybody.
skimmed over most of the people we named. Most of them we just skimmed over. Like there's so many good ones.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that weren't mentioned here. It was more examples. Just because we didn't mention someone here doesn't mean that we didn't love them. In general, there are very few creators in the fandom whose work I do not think is fantastic.
Yes,
Very few.
yes. I am seeing that we are closing in to soon 10 to hall. I would say my time, but like that's not the time of most people here, as a European. Uh, but I imagine people might want to move on to another the next panel soon. So if there's any more questions, we can take them now before next. Remember Kagerou Days number 9, the sequel? Yes, we never got more about that. It's probably still in licensing hell. Hey,
Yeah,
fellow European! Yay! The reason we're starting as early as we were is literally just because of me. Explicitly.
yeah. Every year that we've done a panel, we've asked to have an early time slot so that Hawk doesn't have to be up until midnight.
Yeah, so,
And yeah, Erie Elion, you have a point. If we had to talk about every single creator, we'd be here till August 15th.
yes, absolutely.
We just, everybody, if you have done a single doodle for one August 15th, we appreciate your work. If you have made like reams of fan fiction, we appreciate your work. If you've translated reams of things, we appreciate your work. Does not matter.
Yay. So, thank you all for coming. I think this is where we should end it off. We love you guys so much. Please check out our socials. I stream here games, art, a couple of things like that. We have our Tumblrs. Ninth Feather does fanfic. So I hope you enjoy what we do and maybe come out later. Shout out to communities in Discord and Reddit and other places where we can keep talking even after series is over. Yes, we will also keep hanging out in the Discord server. So, if you want to talk to us or have questions to us, feel free to ping us in the Discord chat.
And as for the panel being uploaded, it's going to
Yes.
be on Hawk's Twitch, and then I think it does get moved by the mods to YouTube as well.
Yes, it will always be archived on YouTube on the DazeCon. It will also stay archived here on my channel. So thank you all very much for coming, and hopefully have a nice rest of the con.
Happy August 15th, guys!
Yeah, bye. Oh, thank you for all the follows. I appreciate all of you. Just as you leave, we're leaving. The Cold Pants and more 1X and Kira Cooking and Bird of Paradise and Earl Local Catastrophe and Mikkeliki. Thank you all very much. Have a lovely afternoon and evening, and have a great Kagerou Project day. Bye bye.